Hey everybody, and welcome back to the channel. So today's video I wanted to do kind of a small review of something I just picked up. A lot of people have been asking me what I use to do some of my prep work, and while we're waiting on this huge build video that I'm actually doing, I just wanted to do this quick review for you. So today I got in this micro polishing pen, and I've been using this little thing right here for a few years now, and as you can see, this has been taking a beating, and I am so happy with this. So this is probably one of the best products I ever bought in order to do my prep work. And it's very easy to use, and it's done me well, but I wanted something a little different. As you can see, this is pretty big here to hold in your hand whenever you're working with it, so that kind of gets in the way sometime. So I saw this online, this micro polishing pen here, and I wanted to try it out, so I bought it. It was $18.99 on Amazon with tax, a little over 20 bucks. And we're going to use it today and see what it is about. All right, so here we are, got it unboxed, and I've already put an attachment on here. This is what I typically use whenever I'm getting into fine places. And just alone, you get a huge assortment of different heads to use on this. And this alone right here is probably worth the $18.99, the $20. And you also get some engraving stencils, which I'll probably never use, but some people may. There's actually some in there for different lettering and different designs and so on and so forth. And then you get an array of attachments as far as sanding tools. And they also have like this big metal cutter here. And I don't quite understand the purpose of this. I'm not sure how it will work, but we're going to try it out today and see how good it is. Again, this is not a sander, it's an engraver, but what I'm going to be using it for is just for fine detailing. And let's check it out here and see how good it is. Okay, so first thing I want to do is I got this little thing here. This is a dust collector, and a lot of your nail salon shops use this right here. So this will actually help collect dust whenever I'm sanding in an enclosed area. You want to make sure that you wear a dust mask at least, and maybe have something like this so you don't get dust everywhere and you're not breathing this stuff in. So this was well worth the $30 that I spent on this, and I use it quite often, as you can see. So these are a couple of heads that I actually have printed up here. We got my Wonder Woman here from the Patreon and the Conan as well. And as you can see, like on Conan, for example, there are a lot of fine areas right here that need some work, that need some support divots taken off, and some just a little bit of sanding. And so this micro polishing pen is small enough to actually get into those areas, I'm hoping. And the same thing with Wonder Woman. There's a lot of fine, detailed intricacies here into the hair, and you can't get normal sandpaper into there. So I'm just going to try and use this pen in order to help get some of those refined areas. So let's start off with Conan here. So this pen has like 3 different speeds on it, and I'm not sure about the torque on it, but the way you change the heads on this, there's a Allen wrench here that sticks into the bottom, and you're basically going to just loosen it here. I've seen some that are actually push activated or whatever, that you just push it in there and it's in there, but this one here actually has the Allen wrench, which I kind of like that better because it's not going to let go of it. It's going to stay in there. So first speed, very slow. Second speed, and then the third speed. And you also see the battery life here at the bottom here. So let's see how this thing, how good it does. All right, so right off the bat, this thing does allow me to get in some really good tight spaces with this fine tip on here. The only downside that I feel from this is a little bit of resistance in the unit right here. It doesn't flow as smoothly when it hits into those areas. So maybe it's not a lot of torque on it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to charge it up fully, see if that makes any difference. But it does get the job done. It does get into these fine detailed areas here, and allows me to sand for whatever I need to sand off. So let's try with the Wonder Woman head. let's actually look at some of the areas here that probably need to be refined a little bit and see if we can get in here like in these little areas and how it does in getting these spots off. All right, so I'm going to change the head in this, and let's try another different attachment here and see how this works out. Just pull that, pop it out, pop it in, tighten it up, and you're good to go. So a couple things. I'm going to let you hear the difference between the power of this one versus the power of this one here. This one's like $24. This one here is $18.99. And again, I have been using this one forever. So I don't think this one has a lot of torque to it compared to this unit here. And I'll let you see how this one kind of bogs down a little bit when I'm going into some rough areas. So here we are on the highest setting. I turned this off just for a little bit so you can hear it. So if you hear this one, how it kind of bogs a little bit, and I'm not putting a lot of pressure on it. If I put a lot of pressure on it, it really kind of bogs down. All right, now let's try with this one here, and you'll see the difference. So as you heard, this one right here did not bog down at all, and it took off a lot of the surface off the top of this right here. So this one definitely has more torque than the new one I got, but this one allows me to get into some really tight spaces, so I guess it kind of evens out. It's just a matter of what application I'm going to be using it for. Now, one thing I want to check out that I think is very interesting is this metal saw blade here. I want to see if this thing will actually cut through just a small piece of resin here. So let's get it switched out and test it out here. All right, so I got an old failed print here. I'm just going to maybe try to cut this little piece right here off. Now remember this thing, don't cut yourself with it, whatever you do. I mean, this is strictly metal. It's aluminum, I'm guessing, but if you're not careful, it can still like backtrack on you and cut you if you're not careful. So let's turn it on and see if we can actually cut something with it. So there you go. As soon as it starts, it stops. So there's like almost no torque into this thing. Yeah, it's kind of a bummer. So let's try this in my other sander and let's see how it works on that one. All right, so as you can see, it bogs down, but I think that's probably because of the cutter itself, but it doesn't completely shut off. So this one here actually has a little bit of torque in order to cut through this. So here's the comparison between the two. When I got this a few years ago, it didn't have very many attachments to it. It had just this little box here with a few of sanding discs or cutting discs, and it had just a couple of little small grinders. It didn't have a lot of the pinpoint attachments that you see with the other one. So I think all in all, this is the best of the two when it comes to precision and power. I think this one here is the best of the two when it comes to attachments. So in my eyes, just the heads here alone are just worth the $20 by themselves. If any of you know, when you try to go pick up at least one of these little heads or whatever like that, like a Dremel head or something from the hardware store, these things are usually about $4, $5 a piece. So if you can go ahead and just get this right here, just for the heads, I mean, you can see how many are in here. This is well worth alone the $20. Now, my grade on this right here is probably a 5 out of 10. And I say that because there's just simply not enough torque to really do any heavy sanding or anything. And I doubt very seriously that you can even do any engraving on any type of materials that's going to really leave an impression on there that's going to last. The one thing that I will say, it is good about getting into tight spots, such as like fine intricate details if you're going to do some light sanding or engraving, and help with just different fine detailed work, because it is easier to hold. You look at the difference between holding this, which is like a little bit bigger than a pencil or a magic marker, versus this big bulky thing here, which is heavy on the end and doesn't give you enough really control like you should have. Okay, so this one here, I will see if I have a link to this one. I bought this one a few years ago, and it is a dandy. I think it was only $24.99 if I'm not mistaken. There are different clones on the Amazon, and this one here was $18.99. And then you got the heads here that you could use. They will fit this right here. I will keep both in my toolbox here, be able to use with my models, because there are some advantages to this one versus this one. And other than that, guys, I hope that helps you out. That is a couple of the little gadgets that I do use, or I will be using this one, but I use this one all the time. So all in all, pretty good. I'm really happy with the heads that it comes with, and I've always been happy with this one here. I hope that helps you out, guys, in making your decision. And if you decide to pick this one up, just know the advantages and disadvantages versus this one here. All right, thank you so much, and I'll be back very soon with a huge build-up and paint-up for you guys. And until then, get out and create something. Print, prep, paint, repeat. And until the next video, we'll see you.